Right, we've got this head in. It's got a suspected head gasket failure. I've been asked to pressure test it, which I shall do. I've done a vacuum test, which it passed. But I suspect the head has sunk here. See this telltale sign? Now that is a waterway, and that's a waterway. That's a waterway, and that's a waterway, but that's an oilway. And that's between these areas, which I suspect has failed. I'm not sure what that is, but I would expect somewhere here, when I skim the face, we'll see there's a dip here. We shall see. Lovely clean ports on this little diesel. But have a look at the inlets. What a beauty that is. What were they thinking? Huh? What were they thinking? Isn't that lovely? Still, it's not too clogged up. We shall see if we can clean some of that. I'll come back in a bit. Right, this is the exhaust gasket face. As you can see, the ports are cleaned up really well. But there's a lot of corrosion. It's really, yeah, there's really quite a step in places. So I'm going to give this one a skim on its exhaust face. So there we are for this one. I've taken quite a bite already and it hasn't cleaned up. There's a bit here I don't think will clean up at all. Okay, so it's a lot better, but I think we could take another cut. We've probably taken about 3 thou off there. We'll take a little bit more. We'll take another 2 thou. that's not going to do it, so we'll add a bit more. And there we go. That's that. Face done. As we have this already cleaned and on the machine anyway, it's very little extra effort just to do a face like this, especially as they were good enough to take all the studs out before they gave it to me. So there we go. That is a much better finish. Right, I'll be back in a bit. Right, so we've now set it up to skim this face. We know it hasn't been skimmed before because it has these lips along it, which, so the factory must have skimmed it within that circle to avoid these lips. But we're going to take those off. We have no choice. And there's probably no reason to leave them there, but we know that that's a factory finish. And when we look really carefully, the factory finish is quite poor. It's certainly not as good as the finish that we aim for today's gaskets. See if you can see. You can see the machining marks, the circular lines. I can actually feel them, which I'm really surprised about. Take a couple of pictures. Anyway, so we're going to skim this now. We're going to take a very light skim across this, just remove these two edges first. Right, what we've found is this end is slightly higher than this end, and with this being a modern diesel, we have very little clearance between the head face and the valves, certainly on the exhaust valves. So we don't have much to play with as far as skimming is concerned. And because this is slightly off, you know, it's within factory tolerance, but there's a very slight difference end to end. I'm going to insert some of these, you can see how thin they are, 2 thou shims, just to lift this end up by 2 thou. So we put one at each side and tighten it back down. Now we'll run the cutter through again. And see what happens. That's that. And that should keep us a little bit more even with the original face. Well, the head's definitely warped. Not where I thought it was, but there we go. We can measure and look at them all we like. It's when we come to the actual machining we can really see what's going on. So this head's got a twist in it. As we can see, it's perfectly flat here, and then it's gone at the other end. So we're going to take another back cut now to slower
transfer speed, cable speed, and that should finish this. That took 6 thou to clean up, which really wasn't very much, but clearly it was enough. And there we have it. That is a lovely finish. Thank you for watching.